on me!
Is currently going viral of a 92-year-old rant somehow finding over 2,000 times. Someone stole my little brother's brain rot, so I ruined their life. When my brother came into my room screaming and crying, I thought he'd injured himself, but it was even worse. Someone had stolen his 6'7" and steal a brain rot. And the crazy part is that this kid proceeded to call him names in voice chat, and even bully him until he was breaking down in tears. But I'm not gonna let this slide. I crack my knuckles and spend the next 2 hours finding out everything I can about this kid. I searched through his Roblox connections, find his IRL friends, and since one of his friends was using his real-life name, I was quickly able to find the kid's Instagram. That's all I needed. Within a few minutes, I find his mother's Instagram, where I write a kind message about her son's behavior, including details of all the messed up stuff he said to my 9-year-old brother. Let's just say I don't think he'll be doing this again. Boost this video so he sees it by subscribing. What is it with ranters using AI? Like, bro, rant videos are already so easy to make. Just write your own dang scripts. Trust me, it's not very hard. If you actually use AI on making rant videos, you are the laziest kind of person. You literally just make a template for yourself and have no creative ideas.
There you go. Do you want me to make it more engaging?
Shut up, ChatGPT. What is... So this fake millionaire just got exposed for completely fabricating his lifestyle after he posted this tweet in front of a yacht with his girlfriend, because it immediately got hit with a community note revealing he actually paid the girl $400 to take the photo with him, and she... Jesus Christ is actually returning in 2026, and the proof they just found is honestly wild. Deep space sensors just picked up a massive energy anomaly moving toward Earth that completely defies physics. It's not a meteor, it is a pure light frequency. And when astronomers converted the wave data into audio, it sounded exactly like harmonic trumpets. But here is the scary part. The trajectory shows it entering our atmosphere precisely at the end of this year. Bro, think about the timing. The ancient texts say the return happens after 2 days, and in the Bible, 1 day to God is equal to 1,000 years. Jesus started his mission in 26 AD. If you add exactly 2,000 years to that, you land on 2026. The Schumann resonance, Earth's heartbeat, is also glitching out in patterns we've never seen, almost like the planet is vibrating in preparation for an arrival. This isn't just a prophecy anymore. Science is literally watching an event approach on the radar. Jesus Christ is... You might be the only real person watching this video right now. There is a terrifying theory circulating called the dead internet theory, and the evidence is starting to pile up fast. The idea is that around 2016, the organic internet died. The humans logged off and AI took over. Now, experts claim over 80% of the web is just bots talking to other bots to generate ad revenue. You see a viral comment section arguing? That's not people. That's 2 algorithms trained to keep you angry. You see a perfect influencer photo? It's AI-generated uncanniness. Faces of people that don't even exist. Engineers are finding loops, where bots quote other bots quoting fake news, creating a total false reality. Bro, it's like walking through a busy mall where all the shoppers are actually mannequins, but you haven't noticed yet. If this theory is true, you're not surfing the web anymore. You're just screaming into a digital void that's programmed to... They just found something insane. What you're looking at is believed to be the first real griffin sighting ever caught on camera in the mountains of Germany. And the internet is losing it. A griffin, by the way, is a creature straight out of mythology. Half eagle, half lion. Usually found in medieval legends, not hanging out near Black Forest hiking trails. A hiker filmed the massive creature on a cliff somewhere near the Alps, and more footage of it keeps appearing of people seeing it in forests and mountains across Germany. Of course, everyone immediately yelled, fake. But then a few wildlife specialists looked at the video and actually confirmed it could be real. Bro, do you understand how insane that is? The griffin is literally a fantasy creature, and now they might actually exist in real life? That's like finding a mythological boss fight in real life. Nature just dropped a massive DLC. They just Things can be red hot, white hot, or even blue hot. But what happens if you keep turning up the temperature? You might think it eventually shifts into a color we can't see, but the answer is actually way weirder. It turns out reality has a glitch. As an object gets infinitely hot, it pumps out so much light that your eyes literally max out. The color stops changing and freezes into a final, permanent shade of blinding bluish white. They call it the color of infinite temperature. You could make something 1,000,000,000,000 degrees hotter than the sun, and it would look exactly the same. It's the visual limit of the universe. But if you keep forcing heat into it, physics snaps. The energy concentration becomes so intense that it creates its own gravity and collapses space itself. You don't just melt, you form a black hole made of pure trapped energy known as a Kugelblitz. You essentially burn a hole in the server, but you already knew that, because you aren't just hot, you are a Kugelblitz. Things can be red hot, white hot, or even blue hot. But what happens if you keep turning up the temperature? You might think it eventually shifts into a color we can't see.
Things can be red hot. They can be white hot. They can even be blue hot. But what comes after that? Well, as it turns out, nothing. As the temperature of an idealized blackbody grows, the intensity of the visible radiation it emits falls into an ever more slowly changing tail.
But the answer is actually way weirder. It turns out reality has a glitch. As an object gets infinitely hot, it pumps out so much light that your eyes literally max out. The color stops changing and freezes into a final, permanent shade of blinding bluish white. They call it the color of infinite temperature. You could make...
Given the biology of the human eye, past a certain temperature, a final color will be reached. This is what it looks like. It's been called the color of infinite temperature, but it's also...
You could make something 1,000,000,000,000 degrees hotter than the sun, and it would look exactly the same. It's the visual limit of the universe. But if you keep forcing heat into it, physics snaps. The energy concentration becomes so intense that it creates its own gravity and collapses space itself. You don't just melt, you form a black hole made of pure trapped energy known as a Kugelblitz. You essentially burn a hole in the server, but you already knew that, because you aren't just hot, you are a Kugelblitz.
This is the color of the hottest anything can be. You could make something this hot hotter, but its color wouldn't change. Of course, at a certain point, the concentration of heat would be so intense, an event horizon would form, trapping all of the energy in a black hole known as a Kugelblitz. But you already knew that, because you're not just hot. Oh no, you are a Kugelblitz.
Close your left eye and stare at the X with your right eye. Don't look away. Now, slowly move your phone closer, then further away, until my head literally vanishes. Bro, you just found a glitch in your own vision. That specific spot is your blind spot, the gap where the optic nerve plugs into your brain like a cable. Since there are no light sensors there, you literally cannot see anything. But notice how there isn't a black hole in your vision? That's because your brain is gaslighting you. It panic fills the empty space with whatever color or pattern is nearby, basically photoshopping reality in real time so you don't notice the error. It gets way freakier though, because we actually trust this hallucination more than reality. If asked to choose between what's really there and what the brain invented, most people unconsciously choose the fake parallel lines their brain created. We say seeing is believing, but in this case, your brain would rather invent a fake reality than admit it can't see the whole picture. What do you mean they created a superhuman? Like, I blink for 2 seconds, and humanity decides, yeah, let's build a real-life superhero. What could go wrong? Bro, this isn't Marvel. This is madness. Apparently, some lab cooked up a baby who will be able to lift cars, heal faster than Wolverine, and run faster than a frickin' This is genuinely heartbreaking to say, but this video might be the end of my entire channel. I just received the worst notification of my life. YouTube has completely demonetized me for inauthentic content. I have no idea what I did wrong. The problem is, YouTube is run by AI robots now instead of actual humans, and they are wiping out creators by mistake. I'm not alone. Hundreds of other big ranters have been targeted in the last few days. And I need to be real with you guys. This channel is how I survive. I have a busy life and real responsibilities, and without this income, I literally cannot afford the time it takes to keep making these videos for you. It crushes me, but I might have to quit just to pay my bills. The only chance I have left is you. Please, go to my Twitter, repost the tweet, and tag Team YouTube. We need to make enough noise to get a real human to look at this. I'm really scared. So, if this is truly my goodbye, I will leave you with a final... This is People are hating on Creekcraft over his new brain rot game. So the game's called Sail for Brain Rots. Basically, you ride a boat and collect brain rots. And after Creekcraft soft launched the game under his new group, Tommy Tides, a lot of players, especially on Twitter, aren't happy about it.
No way we cured cancer. I am not joking. A very smart scientist called SMG for Mario made a cure for cancer at the Hobo Lab. Like borrow, this is insane. No way we got a cure for cancer before GTA 6. Humans spent years and years fighting cancer and scientists decided to patch it in a single update.